Yo, what's up YouTube? Macrucio, music producer, genius, keyboardist. Alright, so we're back again. Now, let me just do this button up, sorry. So, make art, not music. What the hell are they talking about, right? It's a pretty popular phrase. And I think it's come about because a lot of music these days sucks, right? And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But what does it actually mean? How do we make art from music? How? So we'll try and answer that today. So I'm going to give you a quote to start off with out of a book. Not the internet, because the internet's full of idiots, right? So, every moment in life, every event, once it passes over, is over. We cannot have our lives back after we have lived them. Alright? Did you get that? I'm going to read it again. Every moment, every event, every moment in life, once it passes, is over. We cannot have our lives back after we have lived them. This is a really good quote by Judith Weston. She's an acting teacher. So, what does she mean? Well, it's quite clear what she means. It's simple, it's life, right? So once we have lived this moment in time, we can't have that moment back. So, when we think about art, we think about living in the moment. Living in that moment in time, right? Because that's where we get life from. So there's two aspects to this in music. There's live performances and recorded music. Now, obviously, a live performance is we're living in time, right? No two live performances are the same. The actors, the musicians, are playing live instruments, right? They're doing this in real time. We're living in the moment. It's art, right? Good music, it's art, right? But how does this pertain to recorded music, which is what they're referring to with this particular phrase? So there's a lot of gotchas in recorded music, right? Everything can be faked, absolutely everything. From your vocals to your drums, you know. You don't have to play an instrument. You can just draw your melody on a graph in a computer, right? You could literally draw this. It'll take you probably a lot longer than me doing that right now, but you can draw that and it'll sound very good, right? Now, that's where the problem lies, you see, with recorded music. People are recording music that is too perfect. Or they're not really recording it, are they? No, they're creating it in an artificial way. So, for music to be art in recorded music, you need to be playing in a band while you're recording the song. One at a time works as well, overdubs, no problem. But you need to be playing a live instrument. Do you understand? So, to go further on that, in a studio or even at home, you can have unlimited takes. You can have 5,000 takes if you want, you don't get it right. But the problem with that, of course, is reenactment. I'll give you some more quotes from Judith. This is very persistent to music, alright? So, another quote here, it says, a re-performance is very bad. Alright? If an actor tries to re-perform, she will only be straining, controlling, and aiming Alright? She's aiming for something. As a young acting student, I once heard a radio baseball announcer observe to his partner, "They're going to have to take that pitcher out. He's starting to aim the ball." The strangeness of this remark caused it to stick in my mind. I didn't know much about baseball, and I kept asking myself, what's wrong with aiming? How can he throw the ball over the plate if he doesn't aim? I sensed somehow that the answer was important, so I pondered it until I realised that it was just like acting. The pitcher works on his mechanics. For the actor, this means script analysis and rehearsal of playable choices ahead of time, and he creates a connection to the strike zone, the actor's sense of belief in the created reality, and then lets go. Trying to do this right, trying to control the results, to reperform a good pitch or a good take, automatically makes the performance self-conscious. Takes the performer out of the moment and causes the pitcher or actor to lose his stuff. You see, this is so persistent pertinent to music, it's not even funny. Because the more takes you do, the more out of the pitcher you're going to get. You're going to lose whatever magic you had in that moment, whatever you're playing. You may have accidentally hit the wrong note, but it sounded awesome, right? You won't be able to do that again. But the problem here is, have you identified that you've accidentally mishit a note and not to redo it? See? You should keep that take, but a lot of people don't, right? So what you need to be doing is, you need to be recording with purpose. Practice the notes that you want to record. Don't over practice it. Hit record. If you got it, you've got it. Move on to the next bit. Same with the vocals, same with the drums. The more you overdo things, the more times you redo it, the more you're going to lose that original idea that you've had, and the more of the art will disappear. Okay? So this is it's fairly deep, and no one was better at this than Prince. I'm not a big fan of Prince's music. But Prince was a genius because he was so good at playing his instruments. He was a multi-instrumentalist, and you'd never know how good he was because his skills as a musician never showcased into his music. He always played simple music. But Prince was excellent in the studio because he would go in there with this mindset knowing, hey, if I'm going to keep doing take after take after take, I'm going to lose my feeling that I had. I'm going to lose the artistic value of this song, and it's going to become robotic, right? That's very bad. So he would go in there, he would record an album in 4 or 5 days, the whole thing, done. 1, 2 takes, done. If you accidentally messed up, redo it. If you didn't mess up, if it was good, keep it. Perfect. Move on. You see, the Beatles were the same. They were very fast at making music. Very, very fast. Once you have the music down, once you have the themes, the melodies, lyrics, what everyone's playing, it's done. Do not overthink it. All these new songs these days, they're all extremely electronic. Now, you can make good electronic music, but the problem with that is, of course, is that everything is in time, and I mean perfectly computer in time, which is very, very bad because no one can play perfectly in time every time, you see. A drummer has his movement, right? A drummer has his swing that he's developed over 10, 20 years of playing, right? A guitarist has his movement, right? He has his swing. Do you understand? I myself have my own style. I have my own movements and my own swing. Everyone is different. And the more you repeat something, or the more you quantize it in a computer, you're going to lose its feel. Do you understand? You're going to lose its feel. You're no longer living in the moment, and you can't do that and make art. It's not going to work. The more you're living in the moment in that time of the recording, right, the more artistic it's going to feel, and people will connect to it, right? That's a fact, right? That's a pretty deep subject, yeah. Today, I hope you understood it. I hope I've come across well. Record. One more thing before I go. If you're not proficient enough in your instrument playing to be able to record in time and to be able to do what you want to do, then you're not good enough to record, right? You've got to keep practicing. Keep practicing on your techniques, right? Keep practicing. Keep working things, right? Until you're ready. Don't force anything. And you know that first vocal take that you've got your emotions right, you're feeling it. That's the one you keep. It may be out of time a little bit. You may be even a little bit out of tune. But you know what? It doesn't matter. What matters is the feeling of the art. See you guys.